What's going on, y'all? It's me again, ready here for Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. I'd like to give you guys more game keys to tonight's victory. Now, obviously, we down 2-0. We're in a hole, but I want to look at this in a positive light. The Spurs held serve, so it's now our time to hold serve. It's none more today. So let's get into it. And this time, instead of doing like I did 1 through 5 last time, I'll do it like a countdown of 5 to 1. Key 5. The Oklahoma City Thunder have to play small for the rest of the series. This is something that's been stressed all over the telecast on TNT. You've heard Reggie Miller say it, Steve Kerr, all those guys. Thunder have to play small. So Kendrick Perkins is not a guy who's going to play a role in this series. I think that's just something we have to come to grips with. And for a lot of Oklahoma City fans, with his offensive struggles, that's just fine for us. So, we got to keep Ibaka, Collison, and those guys frequently in the lineup. So that's key 5. Key 4. The bigs who are in the game have to catch the ball and be finishers. Another thing that there was pointed out on the TNT telecast, as much as Stephen A. Smith does the Tiago splitter and, so on and so forth, he's the guy who can pass the ball a bit. He can finish around the rim. He's a European skilled big. So he does it. He does a good job. You look at Duncan, we know what he does, how he can do it. All their bigs that play frequently. Bonner, he's a big, but he's a three-point shooter. Their bigs can finish, and they also can create for other players. Now, I'm not asking the Oklahoma City Thunder bigs, Collison and Ibaka and Perkins Mazizian, to do something outside of their means. But they have to do a better job of catching the ball off the screen and rolling, dunking it. Or you got, pick and pop. Collison has a good 12 to 15 footer. And I like Ibaka's as well. So those guys have to do better catching the ball. Key 3. We need help from the bench. We need help from the supporting cast. In Game 2, our big 3 had 88 points, but the rest of the team only had 27. Now, I think if, you get the guys like Ibaka, Collison, Cephalosha hits a couple threes, that's the thing that puts us over. But if we get those guys to make a lot of their shots, their open shots, they got to knock down open shots. Derek Fisher, I like him at the point sometimes, but I think Game 2 he did too much, shot the ball too much, and that kind of messed us up. So, if he's going to be in there, he has to bring that veteran defensive toughness and also hit the open threes when they're there, but not to force the issue. Key 2. James Harden has to continue to beat Ginobili in the six-man battle. I think he won the six-man battle yesterday. Game 2. Very slightly, but obviously the Spurs won, so that was to no effect. But he has to continue to play the way he did in Game 2. Being aggressive, assertive, attacking the hole a lot like he did in Game 2 and compared to Game 1. And he'll continue to put up numbers because eventually, as long as he puts up numbers, the Thunder will break through here. Key number 1. And it always comes down to this. But I'm not looking at these guys separately. Tonight I'm looking at them as a collective whole. I'll say this. Kevin Durant, get in the face of Russell Westbrook and let him know you need the ball in the clutch. I've been listening recently, and there are reports going around that you would think that Kevin Durant is the leader of that team in the locker room, but they say the guy who the team rallies around is Russell Westbrook. Scares me. The most vocal guy in the locker room. Not Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook. That scares me because not only is he taking over in on the court, but he's taking over in the locker room. And I'm not saying that that's a terrible bad thing that Russell's a cancer or anything like that. But at the same time, you're with your actions, Kevin, you're enabling him to do the things that he's doing. He feels like he's the star player on this team. He feels like KD, has a great offensive game, but he feels like he has more to contribute sometimes. And that's a problem. That's a problem that has to get diffused right now. Forget next year, forget a couple years down the road when they're supposed to finally break through. They got to get this together now. And it starts tonight. Kevin Durant has to assert himself. He has to get angry, man. You got to get angry and you got to get in his face like, man, look, I'm open off these screens and I'm one of the best jump shooters in the league. And not only that, but I can get to the rack with ease. Come on, man. Let's get this done. Because if he's really committed to winning, he's going to have to understand that I got to get KD the ball. Point and simple. Plain simple. Now, I'm not one of these guys that's saying Durant just jacked the ball up, because I think that's wrong. You got to do it in the flow of the offense. If you see what the Spurs do, they do it in the flow of what they do. So, with that being said, those are my 5 game keys. Y'all, I still got faith in us. They say very few teams come back from down 2-0. But I think that we can do it. And I think that we had a talent. And we back here in Loud City. So tonight is gonna be hectic. We're not sitting down until they score 5 buckets. Forget just one. Because it's time. It's time for us to rise above this. And let's go to the finals and get this chip. Thunder up. Let's go.